Hi, it's Hans at happierman.com. Today's topic is boring is good. Well, if you've seen any of my other videos, you'll probably say, well, you're contradicting yourself, Happier Man. You're always talking about traveling and doing exciting things and having fun and making that a part of your life. Yeah, I am. Except that I want the bulk of my life to be boring, which means boring is safe and a little bit and predictable, and you don't have to worry so much. And I think you'll find that most reasonable people would agree with that kind of idea the most reasonable people, because you don't when I was on my adventure-filled, exciting trip out in the western United States, I knew I had a nice, stable job to come back to, and I knew I was getting paid my vacation time to be enjoying myself, and I knew I had a lot of interesting work to get back to, but a lot of people might consider that the work I do kind of boring. But see, boring is good. You want to know that when you leave work on Friday that you're going to be back there on Monday, right? So you can enjoy your weekend, and the paycheck's coming every 2 weeks, and you're not in danger of getting laid off, and if you need the health insurance, it's there. Boring. All that's boring, predictable stuff, but you want that. That's what's important to a civilized society. So I was watching one of the guys I follow on Twitter, and he was kind of mentioning this about the boring being good, that let's say now 2020, this is like late summer 2020 in the United States, and there's been all these riots all over the major cities, even in near a little city that I know quite well in Wisconsin. They've been rioting. Hard to believe, because I've been to the city many times. It was like where was my engineering. There's a lot of projects, and there's a lot of reasons to be there on multiple occasions, and I got to know the city a little bit, drive around some restaurants and enjoying the sights and the whatever right around the city. So it's hard to believe what happened there. You people, most of us, 99.9% of us want things boring. We want safe. We don't want to go to a downtown area and wonder if we're going to get swept up in some kind of a riot. No. We want the excitement of going to the downtown area, enjoying the nice restaurants, enjoying the nightlife, enjoying the culture, enjoying the more people, and the sights and the sounds and the excitement of it. That excitement we like. We don't want that extreme problems of riots. And so that's why in your own life, you want to try to have the bulk of it kind of boring. Scott Adams might say you get the bulk of your life kind of in a system, so you don't have to be excitedly figuring out what to do each day, because you know what to do each day. You know when you're going to work out, when you get low on supplies, you got to go get them. You work certain hours a day. All of that's boring, and that's all good to make a decent, predictable, enjoyable life for you. And then the excitement comes outside of that, right? We don't want the excitement of being caught up in a riot. We want the excitement of going out in the town and meeting new people. nice people, people who aren't going to try to kill us, right? We want to travel and enjoy new places. We don't want to travel into a new place and wonder if we're going to get our head caved in, right? We want a boring, nice life, and the excitement is just within the parameters of that boredom. Like when I was taking that trip, I didn't want the excitement of wondering if my truck is going to make it there and back. I wanted it to go there and make it back without worrying about that, and I didn't have to, right? I'd taken care of it beforehand. I spent a bunch of money, tires, brakes, air conditioner, a lot of money to make sure that I didn't have the overexcitement about wondering if I'm going to make it there and back, because I knew I would make it there and back because I've been taking care of it. It's a well-maintained vehicle. I don't want that kind of anxiety hanging over my head. I want a boring life around my vehicle. I want to know that I can get into it and go, that it's full of gas, that it's well-maintained, that the tires are good, all of that. And I think you'll find if you can create that predictability, that boredom in your life for the major things. That's kind of why I talk about paying your bills early, so you don't have that anxiety of, it's the end of the month, I'm not going to be able to pay everything. Well, you don't want that. You want the boring life that you get to the end of the month and you don't have to worry because you paid all your bills already. And now you're getting paid the next month and you'll do the same thing. And you're constantly creeping up where the bills are paid and you don't have to worry about paying the bills because they're paid, right? I would give this boring is good idea some serious consideration. Like in your personal life. When I was married, my wife, I never knew what she might be up to, right? There'd be things like I'd come home from work and she'd have half of a wall torn down because she wants to remodel the house. I wanted it boring. When I left the house in the morning, I didn't want to come back to a torn down wall that I wasn't expecting. I wanted it boring. I didn't want, when she went to get groceries on a Saturday, I wanted it boring that she'd come back with a modest amount of groceries that we could use. I didn't want her to spend hundreds of dollars on things we already had or couldn't use. I wanted her to be boringly nice to me, and she couldn't. If any of this thing is kind of sounding like your marriage, get my book, Leave Your Wife and Become a Happier Man, the 3-step system, available on the ahappierman.com website. That will save your life. I love having a boring life where I don't have to worry about my wife totally throwing my life into chaos anymore. I don't want that. You don't want that. We, as a people, we don't want what's happening to our cities. We want a nice, boring, safe, stable life. And it starts by making your own life be that way. And then hopefully all of our lives will get that way. All for now.